What's up everyone, Audie here. I'm so happy to be practicing yoga with you today. I'm excited about this video. I'll take you through a few stretches that will help you with your flexibility and just get you feeling good. Hopefully this video is something you can come back to and you can make it a part of your everyday routine. From a tabletop position, we'll bring our right foot forward in between our hands slightly, drawing that left knee back towards the back of your mat. Inhaling this left arm up, keeping your torso long, maybe your gaze even reaches, and exhale, go forward. Inhale up, exhale, forward. Inhale up, being gentle with that right knee, tracking it over your left toe. Inhale up. Exhale back. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Planting the hands to frame that right foot, bringing it back to meet your left knee, and we'll plant our left foot forward. So same thing on this side, inhaling as we reach the arms up, and exhale, coming back through center. Inhale, gaze reaches, thinking about that left knee tracking over your second toe. We have 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to your tabletop, we're gonna hover our knees an inch off the mat. So pulling this lower belly in towards your spine, pressing into your palms, tucking the toes and lifting the knees. About an inch off your mat, your neck stays long. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists. Inhale and exhale, down dog. Noticing the backs of your legs as you reach the gaze in between your legs. It's okay to bend your knees a lot. Coming back to on an inhale to those hovered knees, 1 inch above the mat, holding there, keeping the pelvis neutral, and exhale, down dog. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, trying to keep a flat back here, neck is long. Exhale, down dog. Last one, inhale, come forward, and exhale back. Nice, let's engage the core from the tabletop. We'll reach our right arm out, reach that left leg out. So we have a long line here. Trying to notice what's happening with your pelvis. You don't want to dip too far with that lower back. Really trying to pull this lower belly in, keeping those hips stacked. Reach, long neck, and exhale, pressing this right hand against your left knee. Your neck stays long, but you push into your hand with your knee until you notice your core activate. Inhale, reach, and exhale, press. Finding your midline, noticing the core. Inhale, reach, exhale, press. 2 more. Inhale, reach, and exhale, press. Inhale, reach, exhale, come through center. Planting that right hand, plant your left hand. Let's try it on the other side. Inhaling this left arm out, right leg pointed directly out towards the back of your mat. Inhale, bring it in. Inhale out, exhale in. Inhale out, exhale, press. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Planting that right knee, planting your left hand, and finding that tabletop once again. We'll move through some cat-cows. So tucking the toes, lifting the knees an inch off your mat. We're gonna round our upper back. So round, tucking the chin, round your upper back, pressing into your palms, and then gently lower your knees, drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, round, hover those knees, tuck the chin. Dropping the knees, gaze lifts, heart opens. 3 more times, moving on your own breath, finding a round, hovering those knees, dropping the knees, and finding a heart open, belly dropped. Last one. Okay, finding a neutral place. We'll just find movement here. So big circles with your hips. Finding a little stretch in your wrists. So coming forward until you feel sensation in the wrists as well. Come back to a neutral place and take the circles the other way. So whatever direction you started with, just go the opposite way. Tucking the toes from a neutral tabletop, we'll find our first downward dog. Bending the knees a lot, maybe bending the left knee, then the right. Just drawing those heels down towards the mat, maybe one foot at a time, maybe both. Taking a couple deep breaths here. Slowly walking the hands back to meet your feet. We'll hang here in a forward fold. Hollowing out your belly, letting the head hang very heavy here. Noticing the backs of your legs. Noticing how maybe some movement here changes the sensation for this stretch for you. Maybe even closing your eyes. We're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. So coming up really slowly, letting the head hang heavy and be the last thing to come up. We'll roll our shoulders a few times, backwards and then forwards, just finding movement in the shoulders. And then whenever you're ready, finding a strong mountain pose. So closing the eyes, letting the shoulders draw away from your ears. Activating your legs, feeling your core, noticing the spine, the neck, the shoulders, the fingertips. Just feeling grounded on your mat. Feeling the earth beneath you, noticing the energy in your body and how you may be feeling today. Maybe there's tension in a certain part of your body or stress in the mind. Just noticing we'll take one breath together from here with your eyes closed. So whenever you're ready, inhale and exhale. Blinking the eyes open, inhaling the arms up overhead, palms come to touch, and exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's fold all the way down, walking the hands back out to the top of your mat. Finding a downward dog just for a second. Gaze goes in between your legs or towards your navel. And then we'll come forward to a high plank. You can choose to be on your knees for this plank. Your gaze is out past your mat and we'll lower down through the chaturanga. So a half push up here, stopping halfway. Inhale, cobra or upward dog, just pressing that heart through, taking a second here. Can you reach your gaze forward and up? Tuck the toes, down dog. Spreading your fingers really wide in this downward dog. Are your shoulders shrugging around your ears? Can you create more space for your ears here? Can you broaden your shoulders? Can you soften the backs of your legs? So much to think about. All these things help the structure of this downward dog, eventually helping it feel effortless and be of the most benefit to you. So coming back to your feet, hanging in this ragdoll for a couple breaths, letting the head hang really heavy. We'll roll up again, one vertebrae at a time, coming up really, really, really slow. Shrugging the shoulders in circles, backwards a few times, and then forwards. Trying to stand tall with the legs activated. And then coming to a neutral place. Inhaling the arms up overhead, palms come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Folding all the way down, bending your knees a lot if you need to. Walking the hands out to a downward dog. Holding there for a breath. Gaze between your legs. That gaze is so important in yoga. Coming to a plank. Gaze is long. Press into the hands. Strong plank. Let's rock slightly forward so the shoulders pass those wrists. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, coming to the tops of your feet, pressing and activating those feet into the mat. Heart is open, upward dog. And exhale, tuck the toes. Down dog, breathing here. We're gonna bring a big step to the top of your mat. So bringing your big toes together, looking forward, bending your knees a lot. We're gonna jump to the outsides of our hands. So I'm gonna come forward. So slightly pointing the toes outward. Your heels should be on the mat and the toes should be slightly off the mat. Hanging out here in your malasana, your yogi squat. So bring your hands together, sink those hips as low as you can. And if this is too uncomfortable on your hips, you can sit on a pillow or a block. Just noticing those hip flexors, just what's happening in your whole hip area, that outer hip. Maybe taking a couple deep breaths, closing your eyes even. That always helps me to kind of get into that area of my body mentally. Just paying attention. That's so much of what yoga is, just paying attention to your body and noticing what it needs. It changes every day. So it needs our attention, it needs our care, and that's what we're doing on our mat today. So I'm happy to be here helping you take care of your body. So let's plant this left hand on the outside of our left foot, reaching this right arm up. Maybe your gaze even looks up. Finding a little bind. So I'm gonna wrap this left hand behind me and find that left hand with my right hand, looking up towards the ceiling. Okay, let's come back to center, planting our hands together. Let's reach our right hand to the outside of our right foot and reach this left hand up and out. You can choose to stay here or choose to find that bind, wrapping that right arm around and looking for that right hand with your left, keeping your gaze up towards the ceiling. Good. Coming forward to a forward fold from here. So plant your hands, straighten your legs, and shake it out. So just swaying back and forth, heel toeing your feet so they're a little more parallel. I'm gonna plant my left hand out in front and reach my right arm up and out, just finding a stretch there. Trying to stay high and stack those shoulders, not dumping too much into that bottom shoulder. Good. Plant the right hand and reach the left arm up and out. Your gaze is reaching towards the ceiling if it feels okay on your neck. And folding forward. I'm gonna widen my stance a little bit. So heel toe your feet just so you're a little wider. And I'm going to find a bind here. So just swaying back and forth, letting your head hang so heavy. And then when you're ready, we'll plant our hands. So adjusting however you need to. Maybe you put blocks under your hands. We're just trying to use whatever grip we have on our mat to pull our upper body. Maybe even closing your eyes here. So you're just noticing your upper hamstrings here. Maybe putting more weight on your feet. Putting more weight on your toes. Just noticing how that shift in where the weight is in your feet adjusts the sensation for you in this stretch. Use that grip to pull your upper body closer to your legs. Take a few deep breaths here. It's pretty intense. One more breath. Coming back out with those hands, we'll come to our knees. Finding a seated place, we'll move to a butterfly from here. So bringing your feet together, drawing your heels towards your body, we'll open our feet up and sit really, really tall. Sitting tall with your heart open, we'll fold forward with a flat back, trying to just notice those inner thighs. You don't even need to fold down very far. We're trying to keep the heart open and notice what's happening with that inner thigh and hip area. So just keep folding forward. Drawing the shoulders down and elbows back. Good, coming back to center. We're just going to sit in a half lotus. So I'm bringing my right foot on top of my left. You can bring your right foot outside or sit on a pillow. It's a little more comfortable to be in this seat. Leaving your hands resting on your knees, sitting really tall. We're gonna close our eyes, taking a couple deep breaths here. So just noticing that breath as it draws in through your nose, feeling that sensation, and exhale everything out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Blinking the eyes open, inhaling the arms up overhead, bringing the hands to heart center. Namaste.